Evil doesn't always roar. Sometimes it fixes your car and smiles while you pay. Maple Creek, Indiana, June 1985, with population 2,900. A kind of town that dies after 8 p.m., but that night, something woke it up, and it never went back to sleep. At 4:37 a.m., a call came into dispatch. Raymond Miller reporting his wife missing. Linda Miller, 31. Waitress at Benny's Diner. Shift ended at midnight. She never made it home. Detective Samuel Brooks was first on scene. He'd handled murders before, but this one felt off. Linda's car sat parked by the old bridge, engine off, keys still dangling from the ignition. On the passenger seat, her purse. In the glove box, a crumpled receipt from a mechanic shop dated 2 weeks earlier. The last repair on that car was done by Gary Thompson. Brooks noticed 2 sets of footprints, Linda's leading away from the car, and a larger pair crossing hers heading toward the woods. But here's what showed him: the larger set stopped, vanished, like the person who made them had been lifted out of the ground. The next morning, crime scene tech swept the car. No fingerprints, no fibers. But under the driver's seat, a faint smear of engine oil mixed with blood type O negative, Linda's blood type. 3 days later, kids found a plastic bag floating near the creek. Inside, a cracked wristwatch, soaked in oil and river water. The watch hands were frozen at 12:43 a.m. The coroner later confirmed that's when her heart stopped. When they finally found Linda stuffed in an old water tank behind the abandoned sawmill, the killer had wrapped her in a tarp and tied her down with thick industrial rope. That rope was traced to a single supplier, Thompson Auto Works. Detective Brooks brought Gary in for questioning. Calm guy, no sweat, no shaking. When asked where he was that night, he said, fixing a carburetor. Alone. He even laughed and added, "You can't pin this on me, Sam. I'm the guy who fixes problems, not makes them." Without DNA tech, Brooks couldn't hold him. The rope, the tarp, the oil, all circumstantial. So he walked. The case went cold for nearly 40 years. Then, 2025, the state launched a cold case DNA initiative. Every unsolved murder since 1970 was retested with advanced touch DNA sequencing. When they re-examined the rope from Linda's body, it came alive. 3 partial profiles, 2 dead ends, and 1 perfect match. Gary Thompson. He died in 2003, but the database linked him to 2 other unsolved disappearances, both women from nearby towns, both waitresses, both found with traces of motor oil. When police searched his abandoned workshop, they found a steel lockbox buried under the floorboards. Inside were Polaroids, women's faces, all taken from behind the wheel of their cars. And on the final photo, Linda Miller smiling at a gas station. Written in grease pencil across the bottom, she said she'd tell. Detective Brooks, now 78, was sitting on his porch when he got the call. The officer told him, "We closed 10:85. He didn't speak for nearly a minute. Then he said quietly, "I knew it was him. I just couldn't prove it. We buried her twice, once in that tank and again in the paperwork." In Maple Creek, justice took 40 years to arrive. But when it did, it came wearing a mechanic's smile.